How the hell are you doing? Welcome to my channel, Chasing Ghosts. I am Tara Smith, and I haven't been on the bike in a little while. And it looks like the last chance I'm going to get for a while. Oh, at least a week or so. We got that Arctic thing coming down here to the Gulf Coast, and I know I'm not riding Tuesday. Tomorrow's supposed to be really cold too. Watch out for the mud in the road. Good God. I don't know if that shows up on camera or not. Construction zones and mud. The reason I get mud in my helmet and on my bike and everything else, or one of them. I do take dirt roads sometimes. But one of the reasons is the construction zones. Everybody pulls out, tracks mud and everything. They're supposed to clean that stuff up, but you know, at a certain point I don't think they care, and at a certain point I don't think there's much they can do about it. You know, they can make an attempt. I think you're supposed to have the common sense to know this is a construction zone. Vehicles pull out. There may be mud and gravel in the way, you know. Context clues. You see things happening in front of you. There are other things that may be happening in front of you soon. Does that make any sense to the rest of y'all? Life gives you clues about things. Like the road is slick. Hopefully I don't wreck. Hopefully that's not a clue that I'm going to wreck or something. It's not supposed to rain today, but the road's still wet, so I'm not getting crazy with it. This bike doesn't have the best tires for rain. If you've seen the tires they put stock on the Fat Bob, the Michelin Scorchers with the lugs on them. I don't know if that's the 31, 32, whatever. It's a kind of Scorcher. And while I'm going to be on gravel here in a little bit, and it's great for that, it's not really an off-road tire. It's not even an off-road bike. They're not that great in the rain. They're not horrible, don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm out here, you know, and I've got actual dirt tires and, you know, that kind of thing, and it's raining, which is still doable, you know, but the other tires, even though I want to replace them, are better in the rain than these tires. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I still don't have the windscreen on the mic. I gotta find one or order one or something. I don't know. I probably should have worn my chaps today. If it's first time watching, yeah, I've got the whole high definition, hey look, a squirrel disease, the AD with the HD, and I can kind of be like a dog with a tennis ball on conversations, and somebody threw a tennis ball and I bounce around. But anyways, I guess it helps keep the conversation moving. I don't know, but my nose itches. And I have cats. Cat hair gets in everything. Lovely to get a little cat hair kind of tickling up against your nose. That is just awesome. Hold on. There we go. I gotta practice raising and lowering this thing with, see how that's going to affect it too, because I'm going to be doing that. But I didn't mention that yet. I finally got my pinlock insert for my pinlock visor nearly a year later. And Scorpion was very helpful. I had ordered it from witch doctors. I don't know if any of y'all have had bad luck with witch doctors or what have you. The lady I was talking to at witch doctor, she seemed nice. I can't say anything bad about her or anything, but it is very frustrating to wait for months and months and months. And I still haven't got the pinlock visor from them. I haven't canceled the order. At this point, I want to see how long it takes, you know? How long is it going to take for me to get my visor, my pinlock visor insert from witch doctors? I don't know. I really don't know. But I can already tell you this is a huge improvement. I mean, this is a huge improvement. It's just clear as day in front of me. Now, I don't think this is going to affect my glasses, of course. So I got the anti-fog eyeglasses cleaner from Walmart. And that is what is on my glasses. I cleaned them with that, and it's got the anti-fog. So hopefully that helps with the problem with my glasses. And the visor, though, right now with the pin lock in it, seems to be doing very well. So we finally have the insert. And what had happened was, I was supposed to get it in, then I was supposed to get it in, and it was supposed to be in earlier this month, and we pushed it out to the 14th, and, well, didn't get it on the 14th either, so I don't know what's going on with them. It's a little sickery. They just keep pushing it out, and it's like every time I ask them, it's like, well, bad news, no, they're pushing it out, and it's like a month away or 2 months away or what have you, because originally they had pushed it out 3 months, and then they pushed it out another 3 months, and they said it was going to be November, and they said it was going to be December, and they said it was going to be January. And I don't know about where any of y'all live, what your riding conditions or any of that stuff are. I'm sure every area of the country has its own issues. But I live on the Gulf Coast. And anyone in a coastal community can probably relate to the problems that I'm having. And that is, it is humid as hell here, especially in the south. I know, well, even in more northern places, because I've been in like New Jersey and stuff with that TA, and it's so humid there, and the mosquitoes will eat you alive, and that's in New Jersey. And I know in Washington it's humid and rainy, and Oregon up there along the coast, and so y'all probably have a lot of similar issues. You may not have the 105 degrees in August, humid as hell and no wind. You may get that occasionally too. I don't know. I don't live there. I've been through there many times, but I don't live there. And I've had to always do that deal, lifting my visor to clear it and all that good stuff. And everyone has always said to get the pin lock insert. So I ordered the pin lock insert to see if that would be the cure to all my problems, like the what do you call it, the old the Wild West salesman or what have you. Cures fits, cures freckles, cures warts, makes childbirth a pleasure. What is that Copenhagen song? Yeah, snake oil salesman. Because I've actually never used a pin lock insert before. And honestly, before I got back on the bike this time, I'd never really worn a helmet anyways. So, and it's a good thing that I did, because I'd probably not be here. And no, this isn't going to be talking bad about people who don't wear a helmet. No. You have the right to do whatever you want. That is your choice. I should be in a lot more gear than I'm wearing right now. And I don't. That is my choice. There's a risk that we take doing this. Ooh, more mud. More gravel. Lovely. Ooh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Why do I already smell the chemicals? Feel my back tire giving a little bit. I think that's just a personal choice. That's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. As for me, I hit a tree face first. So In my specific situation, it probably saved my life to have a helmet. And of course, wearing a helmet, one of the reasons I chose to wear a helmet is my body's different than it used to be. My everything's different than it used to be. Some of y'all can feel me on that too. I'm not a kid. My kids are grown. I don't move like I used to. I don't anything like I used to. And I've had a lot of injuries. So, and I realize my reflexes aren't what they used to be either. Some of y'all are at that point of life too. You know, it's like you can still do everything, but you don't have it. It's like looking at my son. His reflexes are way quicker than mine. It's like his reflexes are what mine used to be. And that's a natural part of the aging process. Not that my reflexes are bad. Oh no, I've still got good reflexes. But as you approach 50, you kind of notice these things about yourself changing, you know. I've definitely noticed lots of things changing, you know. That whole over the hill thing, you know, they tell you, oh, it's over the hill, you know, 40 and all that kind of stuff. They don't tell you how steep the descent is down the other fucking side. Yeah, it's pretty steep. And that's just how it is. I know they're wanting me to go faster. This is like a 60 mile an hour zone, and in Texas that means about 85. And the road's still kind of slick. I don't know if I can see them clouds up there. And we got a front coming in tomorrow. The real cold air is supposed to hit. It's one of the reasons I'm getting out on the bike today. The real cold is supposed to hit tomorrow. So yeehaw, you know. We're not prepared for this weather. I think my visor's prepared for it now because this has been amazing. I've definitely got to give like 10 out of 5 stars on this pinlock insert. Oh, the grooves in the road. Lovely grooves. Pull you to the left, pull you to the right. We're just going to do a little dance through this groove pavement. Like a little two-step. But, yeah, this insert is working amazingly. I love this. So I guess I'm on team pinlock insert now. Because it's like 58 degrees. It's wet. My shit should be fogging up right now. And I'm not fogging up. And it's supposed to get down to 18 degrees. Not today. And the alligators don't like it when it's that cold. We got alligators out here. This is Southeast Texas. We got alligators and we got hogs and we got all that good stuff. And I got fuel. So yeah. Checking my fuel. Yeah, I got fuel just randomly, you know. I'm gonna fill this bike up on the way home. When I get home, I'll go fill my pickup up. And it also kind of makes sense that way because I'm filling everything up. This uses less gas. You know. So I can fill this up. The other bike, I need to register it and I need to put a tire on it. Still have it sitting in the garage. Is what it is at the moment. I need about $200 more to put a tire on it. I don't know what the deal with the inspection is now. I do know there's generally a lot of gravel up here. Unless for some reason it washed away. And the reason would be that truck yard back there. Well, it's a concrete yard, you know, concrete mix, stuff like that. So they have a lot of people hauling gravel in and out. They have concrete trucks going in and out and all that good stuff. And because they're making concrete in these intersections and stuff right beside them, well, they get gravel. Today it's actually not too bad. I mean, you can see it over there in the, what do you call that, gutter thing. I guess they had a sweeper come through. But a lot of times that's not the case. It's just scattered all over the road. And that's one of them things. Number one, if you can, know the area you're riding in. You know what specific hazards you might be facing, sort of thing. And I know that kind of takes away from the experience in a way. I get that. But you know, it's just reality. You know, you have your route that you usually take, like especially if you're commuting, you know, and if you're just on a trip and you don't know the roads, you don't know anything about them, you don't know anything. It's just you're taking it as the road comes before you, and this road is kind of shitty. But pay attention to the context clues around you. Those are metal fences. What might be behind metal fences? I'm in the country. What's generally behind metal fences in the country? Oh, right, horses. There's pastures. There's possibility of cows. There's probably dogs. There's all kinds of stuff like that. This road has a very high crown in it, and it is rough. Because of heavy vehicles and farm equipment beating it up. Just about need a dual sport to go through here. Or an ADV bike. Get an Africa Twin for a commuter. Would I buy one? Oh, hell yes. You know, I mean, the Pan American is great too. If I had Pan American money, I don't have Pan American money right now. But, God, Harley's so expensive. And I like bike, you know, I like all of them. I do have a preference for Harley. Probably because it's just the people I grew up around. You know, and I got my uncles and my dad and all that kind of stuff that, you know, rode Harleys. And I'm gonna scratch my nose again. So I guess the visor still does go up to scratch my nose. It is wet. The road is wet. At least it's not a recent wet, because this road is treacherous when it first rains. Because this part of the road I'm on right here is more recently blacktop. Like, it was blacktop within about a year ago. It's starting to fade now. If you go back through my footage, you can see this road a whole lot darker. And it's also starting to get bumpies and stuff in it again, because of all the equipment and stuff. But yeah, this one's got a lot of oil that'll come up in it, and it gets real slickery. That right there, if I can feel the ass and slipping. Yeah, that's fun. It just wants to keep going to the right. Look at the beautiful cows. I love cows. There's going to be some pretty baby cows up here. Look at the calves. Can you see them? I hope you can see them. Anyways, that's always fun. You're going down the road. I mean, it's fun in a tractor trailer too. That feeling like when you can feel your trailer trying to come around on you. Oh yeah. Same with the bike. You kind of feel that back tire kind of trying to go to the right. And lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Isn't it lovely? Isn't that a wonderful asshole clenching feeling? Lovely. Come on. But yeah, this road gets a lot of oil because it's fresher. There's some places, like if you ride in the city, because we're close to a big city here, we're close to Houston, and I do ride into there. The areas where cars sit a lot. Some of you already know where I'm going. You know, the traffic backs up, the cars are always stuck there every single day, and they're crawling down the freeway, stop and go, more stop and go. Those areas get slicker than snot, like there's just so much oil, and that's a different oil. That's like the oil that drips out of the cars, and there's so much more of it on the road there. And then if you stop and take a look at it, you can kind of see that rainbow haze in the water on the road, and it's like, whoa, this is slick. And it's not one of them kind of slicks it's going to wash away either. I mean, it's going to be raining hard enough that well, you're probably not going to want to be riding in it if it's going to wash that away, and it's going to rain for a while to do that. But it's just in general a hazard faced. I don't know why I'm smelling chemicals. Oh, I think I know why I'm smelling chemicals. I think that's the anti-fog for my glasses, and I put that stuff on my glasses. My glasses are by my nose, and they're sealed up in a helmet, and that might be what I'm smelling. That's probably it. What do you call that? An epiphany? Whatever. Once again, that's like an all-stars rating on this pinlock insert. This is amazing. Yes, I know I'm not a new rider. I should know about pinlock inserts and all that. And I've known about them, I've heard about them, all that stuff. I've just never used one before. And like I said, when I used to ride before, I never really rode a helmet. I never really wore a helmet. So, yeah, that just wasn't in my wheelhouse, stuff like that. Braiding my hair was that sort of thing, but no, not a helmet or anything to do with them. Now look at me. I got a helmet, I got a pinlock visor with an insert in it. I've got a GoPro hanging off the front of it. Oh, this is nice and slick. See the water coming off my tires. Like a little roost. I don't know if that picks up on the camera. There's so many things that don't really pick up on the camera. And some things that pick up on the camera that you don't see in real life. It's a different lens. It's not your eyeball. That kind of thing. But it's like this little rooster tail thing I can see coming off my front tire in front of me. I just thought it was cool. The ass end wanting to slide to the right, that is not cool. But the little rooster tail thing, that's cool. But no, I had a GoPro and a pinlock visor, and I got a cardo, and I've got a high-tail ponytail holder for my hair, and I guess I'm high-tech freaking motorcycle rider now. So that's just where we're at. Hopefully there's no train today. I don't hear anything about a train. No honk honk, no none of that. At least this vehicle turns around easier. I was gonna stop right here. Oh, I gotta clean my bag out. I hadn't been on the bike in a while, and I guess some coffee spilled back there. Because in the bag, I'll put my coffee like in the corner, and I'll pack my other stuff around it. And of course, yeah, I've got creamer in my coffee. There was a time in my life where I just drank straight black coffee. There was a time when I drank it, you know, black and sweet and what have you. I used to work with a lady. Love her to death. If she's alive, she'd be in her 80s now. You know, lovely, lovely black woman. A joy to talk to. Had excellent stories. And she used to always say she liked her coffee like she liked her men. Hot, black, and sweet. I got a kick out of that. I miss her. You know, them people from your past that, you know, they come up just randomly. It's like, I miss that lady. She was pretty cool. And she had recipes for days, you know. All of our grandmas had recipes that we should have got from them. I'm telling you. This new generation, it's like they can't cook. Everyone's so spoiled on fast food. And, well, of course, I cook. I have a cooking channel as well. Tara Smith's Kitchen. You can find links to it on my page if you want to check it out. I've been doing more lives when I get on it recently. I needed to put something else out on there. Yeah, this road's not feeling good. But it is not even a comment towards, you know, just other women. But people in general don't cook like we used to. I was poor growing up. We didn't eat out. That just wasn't a thing. And oh, it does not feel good. You know, meals were cooked at home. We went out to eat once or twice a year. Usually at some point when we went to town in the summer, something like that. And we'd go to town once or twice a month. And you got a hamburger, and it was amazing. It was a treat. So that's just more a circumstance of how I grew up. If you wanted food, you had to cook it, or eat something that didn't have to be cooked. One or the other. There was no go to Sonic, go to Whataburger, go to this, go to that, go to Pizza Hut. No. That just did not exist. It wasn't a thing. Okay, how do I want to split this? Well, I don't care if I can smell the chemicals right now. My stuff ain't fogged up. So if it's not fogged up, we're doing good. You know what I mean? But anyways, back to the coffee. Yeah, it's nice not to have so much traffic on this road right now, so I don't have to gun it. Because even though I'd kind of like to, the road's wet, and I probably don't need to be doing it. But you know, the bike's been sitting there for like 2-3 weeks, and my bag smells like spoiled milk. I cleaned it out. I wiped it out, cleaned it, and Lysoled it, and all that kind of stuff. One of the hazards of putting stuff in bags and taking food back and forth. Sometimes things leak, sometimes things happen. And I didn't have time to do much more than that. If it still kind of smells when I get home this evening, I'm going to take it off and do more of a cleaning to it. But it shouldn't. That shouldn't be a problem. Sorry for the coughing. I guess that's another test of the visor. So sorry for the coughing, but real world test, and there is no ladylike way to cough in a helmet. It just doesn't happen. Like sneezing or anything else. Although that can sound cute. My sneezes usually don't sound cute. Too big. To everything. I nearly lost it right here one day. All the gravel was in there. That thing came around, it was like, whoa! And I didn't lose it. It was like another notch on my belt kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. All those experiences add up, and I guess you learn something from them. I guess. I don't know. You might not. Maybe some people learn more than others from them, and that's what sets us apart throughout the length of our lives. I don't know. There's a philosophical something in there. I don't know what it is, though. I really don't. I do know I have to turn right here. And then it's nice not to have a car right up my ass. And I can kind of slow down and be careful. Which doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to slip making this turn. You know? Sorry for the coughing. But yeah, doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to slip. You know, it's like all the preparations I take for snow and ice and everything on the truck. And does that mean I'm not going to get into a wreck in like Wilson, North Dakota on the ice and everything? No. It goes a good way towards preventing it, but there's nothing 100%. You hit the right spot of road, you know, the right spot of ice, right gust of wind, right anything. It really doesn't matter how good you are, how prepared you are, what kind of gear you have, what you've done to prepare for it. You're just fucked, and you're along for the ride, which is another thing. I mean, you instinctively do things like counter steer, you know. I'm not talking like, well, even on the bike, yes, counter steering with the bike, yes, you instinctively do that, but I'm talking about a different kind. You don't think about it anymore or any of that, but there's a certain point, and it doesn't matter whether you're on a bike, you're in a car, you're in a truck. It doesn't even matter if you're on a bicycle, you know. There's this certain point where it's completely out of your hands. It's out of your control. For lack of a better way to put it, it's in God's hand, you know. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh fuck, you can't drive. We're screwed. Yeah, they didn't have cars back then. If you're having a problem with a donkey, maybe it should be Jesus, take the reins. He might not know what to do with the wheel. Unless we're talking about Jesus up here on the right. That dude, he could probably do something with the wheel. That's a whole different Jesus, which actually wasn't his name. But that's a whole different story. Yeah, extra credit points. What was Jesus's actual name? Curve ahead, chevrons pointing left. I know I can take this at this speed with no problems. I can take this much faster. I've taken this curve at 3-4 times this speed. But if that car there decided, oh fuck, I want to go, and they turn left in front of me while I was going faster, and this road is that slick, it doesn't matter if I'm trail braking, if I'm doing anything. That's just back to the previous comment about at that point, it's in God's hands because you're along for the ride, you know. There's nothing you can do. There's no good option at that point. There's a ditch on the right, there's a deep as fuck ditch on the left. Sorry. And there's a car. I see stuff like that happen all the time. I drive for a living. It's just something I do. Now back to the context clues. Houses. You're out in the country. What is there a possibility of? Dogs. Like, I don't know why this dog comes and runs out. Well, because you're object that's moving, triggering its predator-prey instinct, you know? Like a creature running from it just triggers that instinct to chase it down. So he's responding, or she, I don't want to assume, responding to a instinctive behavior that is perfectly natural. And the dog's technically not doing anything wrong. The world has become this wrong place. So there's also deer and hogs, you know, and raccoon. I hit a raccoon a while back. I think I had that on video. A raccoon, I hit a possum. Those aren't too bad. I mean, I don't want to hit them. I don't want to hurt anything. You know, even if I'm going to eat it, I want it to die as quickly and painlessly and humanely as possible, which I know all of that is like a multi-layered oxymoron. But, it's more, have a respect for the life you're taking, you know. I like steak, but I want that cow to suffer as little as possible when the necessary is being done, that sort of thing. Yeah, context clues. See these little signs for businesses out in the country. That's an RV park. Yeah. So what else might you see, kind of thing? You might see stuff drug out in the road from trucks. You see farms will I don't know if that showed up or not. You can see the cars pulling in and out of their driveway. That spreads stuff out in the road. But you know, you got that big John Deere, you know, it pulls out in the road. It's got mud all over its tires, and that's just something you gotta look for. And the road ahead, you know, in that mirage at the end of your distance, that you don't know if it's just sun on the road or if it's water, you know, that's about the point you need to be looking at. A lot of people, they look too close. They're just right in front of them. You know, they do that with a car, they do that with a truck, they do that with everything. They look at the vehicle in front of them, and that's really all they're looking at. They might look a little in the mirrors. You need to look further ahead. And I say that as a professional driver, of which I am. I'm looking at the next overpass because, you know, a truck doing 55 miles an hour, everything working perfectly and loaded at 80,000 pounds. Because believe it or not, our trucks stop better loaded than empty because we don't have traction when we're empty. That thing's going to take nearly 500 feet to stop. Nearly 2 football fields. I pull a tanker most of the time. Well, I pull a tanker and I do roll off and all that. But I pull a big smoothbore tanker. And those of you that think that only milk trucks are smoothbore don't know what you're talking about. And your training school, the guy that taught you probably didn't know a lot of what he was talking about either. Most of them don't. Every once in a while you'll get a teacher in there that's got years of experience, but then those guys are like, this is bullshit, so they get rid of them. So you end up with people without a whole lot of experience training you, and I'm sorry for that. I used to train, but they told me I couldn't fail you, so I stopped training. But you need to be looking ahead. It takes me a lot longer than 2 football fields to stop. That's just how it is. And lovely, like the reverse of a crater in the road, like mountainous valley with peaks, and that's what we call a road. But because I may have to lock it up from a mile back to be able to stop, depending on the road conditions, even further than that. You know, you get up there in Wyoming, I got there around Sherman, all those places, it may take me 2-3 miles to stop that truck. You're on a sheet of ice. It's another thing, if you're in a truck, get a CB. You don't have to listen to it at the truck stop. Nobody wants to hear that shit. But you get out there on I-80, I-90, you know, all that stuff. Turn your CB on, at least listen. Somebody trying to tell you there's an accident ahead. You know, it may be 2 miles ahead of you, but it may take you 2 miles to stop that truck. So, get your CB. Oh, they kept the nice, lovely washboard aesthetic to the road. So it's a little bumpity bump. Like that real quick. Gah. That's how the road feels through here. It almost looks nice and smooth, and it might look nice and smooth from the camera. I don't know. But it's not. Anyways, I can see the chemical plants before me, which means I'm nearly to my work. And I'm about to have to let y'all go. This is that whole keep the wolves away thing in front of me, you know. Putting bread on the table of the working man. Listen to that song, Keep the Wolves Away, you know what I mean? It's right there in front of me. That song is real down here. Where he's talking about is literally the next river over, just the other side of Houston. You know? So, both spilling into the same waters. That felt better than I thought it was going to feel. I thought that was going to feel slickery like back there. My back tire was trying to go to the right. I don't like it when it wants to go to the right. That doesn't feel good. But for my first trip with the pinlock insert in my helmet, I gotta say, this thing worked amazingly. I usually do like a 5-star rating, and I'm gonna have to give it 10 out of 5 stars if that tells you how much I like it. It is awesome. I gotta give a huge shout out to Scorpion Helmets, who, when hearing about my predicament, went ahead and sent me the pinlock insert so that I could have it. So a huge shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. Witch Doctors, I hope eventually the one I ordered from you arrives at my house, and I'll put it in another visor or something. I don't know. I just want to see how long it takes to get it at this point. But I'm going to have to let you go. Hope you enjoyed this conversation and review and just general whatever came to my mind. So, adios, nashla, ciao, vaya con Dios. I will catch you later. Teases ya.